30 years ago, I set myself a goal to tell the stories of adventure, to stand on the tops of the mountains, to float the West's best rivers.
Gary's Greenie Special.
My name is Gary Lewis. These are stories from the edge of civilization. Tales of yesterday. Notes from wilderness. This is Frontier Unlimited.
It's real easy to say, let's go fishing sometime. And then it doesn't happen. I've tried to do a better job of taking people up on friendly offers of fishing trips in the last couple of years, and of taking people on the trips I've promised them. And a road trip to Idaho is an excuse to see my cousins, too.
Out there.
We rolled into Black Sands Resort and Campground on the shore of CJ Strike Reservoir on a Friday night. It's about an hour and a half out of Boise and a world away. A Bass Club Derby was underway. We watched their boats take off into the sunrise, and then our group assembled at the launch. Cousin Neil, his wife Amy, 6-year-old Tabor, and Lance Souvenir were in Neil's North River boat, while my friend Joel Reese with his son Dylan and Trevor and I rode to battle in Joel's Hughes craft. We motored away from the dock at 8 a.m., driving out through the Narrows and into the flats of the Bruno Arm.
But it'd be kind of nice, and we'll get up in there. They say they're try to mix it up for a little bit, and somebody keeps kind of consistently, because a lot of times you get one, it's like, oh yeah, I got one here or two, and then they quit biting that one, and bite this one. It's just kind of all over. So
they're like crappie everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think it's just a matter of we'll try what get out there.
There are big smallmouth bass in CJ Strike. And Bill Reese, the owner of Black Sands Resort, had just caught and released a sturgeon in the Snake River upstream from CJ Strike the week before that could have set a new state record. His fish, as near as he could measure it, stretched the tape to 126 inches. The current Idaho state catch and release record is 124 inches and also came from CJ Strike. But we were here to fish for crappie because in my whole life I have never caught what I would call a good-sized crappie. Crappie can be found all over the Northwest and average 7 to 9 inches long in most of the places we catch them in this region where I live. Even crappie powerhouses like Prineville Reservoir, Owyhee Reservoir, and Brownlee are known for more the numbers of fish than for their size. I wanted a crappie that would swamp a dinner plate. Neil wanted a mess for catfish bait, and Lance said if he caught enough, he was going to make fish tacos.
Why did Dad use a baby pole?
There you go, buddy. You want yours back?
Among the fish we call our favorite food, walleye, lingcod, and cabezon are my favorites. But crappie deserve a seat at the table. It's a flaky white meat with a flavor and texture like walleye and perch. As a crappie enthusiast, I have a lot of crappie gear, In fact, I have 4 boxes dedicated to crappie fishing, and first out of the box was a buffet rig from TTI Blakemore. We began to troll in about 15 feet of water along a grassy shore, and immediately the rod bent over with a strong fish. It fought like a crappie all the way to the boat, but at the net, it looked like a 16-inch rainbow. Not a bad start. And after that, the crappie began to bite.
Warren scope mounts didn't become the standard of the industry in an engineering lab, and we didn't become legendary by standing still. At Warren scope mounts, we put our gear to the test with top shooters and on the hunt year-round. We know long-range shooters and world-class hunters demand the best, and we build the best. Bases and rails, scope rings, MSR mounts, and magazine extensions. Ask for Warren scope mounts at your favorite gun stores or visit warrenscopemounts.com. Confidence in every shot.
There's a place in the mountains untouched by a stressful world, where the ice crystals break under your feet, temperatures bring hands together. From a timeout for the game at Crescent Lake Lodge, to a lovely commute, where dinner plans are all but set. Make your stay at Crescent Lake Lodge and Resort at crescentlakeresort.com.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far, where the young and old find rest and excitement, not apart. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
We experimented with colors and seemed to do best with greens and purples, but the crappie were average size and it was time to go hunt bigger fish. Reese put down the big motor and a few minutes later shut it off and put the trolling motor down again to work a flat adjacent to a stream inlet. In a few minutes my rod bent over with the first bigger fish of the day, an Eaton-sized slab that measured 12 inches. Joel, Dylan, and I boated some big ones, including one fish that measured 14.5 inches. It was a good time to rotate through my boxes to experiment with crappie baits that were usually too big for the crappie back home.
How you feeling about it?
I feel like we're going to lose him and go eat lunch.
Neil's hungry. Tabor, are you hungry? Oh, Tabor's cool. Okay, wish us luck.
Honestly, at CJ Strike, it was hard to beat a simple green grub on a 1/8 jig head for sheer numbers of fish. But the Roadrunner Bang Shad Lime Truce Ghost provoked a lot of grabs, and I caught several on Chartreuse Orange Slab Buster jigs.
I don't like when he flops.
80 fish to the net is more than enough for fish tacos and catfish bait. By the time we had cleaned the 30 biggest crappie, I was sold on the electric fillet knife concept. Next time I go crappie fishing, I will buy an electric fillet knife first. You don't know till you know. Lance prepped the fillets with egg batter and breadcrumbs. Then he made a sauce of yogurt and mayonnaise with dill, cayenne, oregano, and cumin, adding cilantro and capers. With fried crappie topped with cabbage, the mayo sauce, and a touch of lime, fish tacos were the perfect cap to a great day of family fishing.
And I always forget something.
It's good in a taco, but I wanted to try it now. It's real good.
Oh, the fish?
I want to try the cherry. What are you doing?
Coffee's super thin.
All right, we're gonna have a birthday. We're gonna go out here on the deck here. We're gonna sing happy birthday.
I'm gonna sit right here. I'm sitting right here.
You can sit right there.
I'm sitting right here. He has to stand here. Me too. You guys have to go out there.
Oh, look at the little director.
So 50 years ago, we had good news. 50 years ago, my cousin Matt was born. It was a big deal. It was a big deal. And today we're going to celebrate his birthday because we all love Matt. So we got Matt a cake. So we're going to sing happy birthday to Matt. Going away, Neil. It's time to go back.
I don't want to do nighttime driving.
I do.
Paper's a machine.
Look for crappie to spawn over a 6-week period starting in June. A leadhead jig with an action tail is a good bait to swim through the reeds or the lily pads. Another option is to slow fish a jig under a float up next to brush, docks, bridge pilings, or flooded trees. Experiment with color. If you want fish tacos, figure out what the crappie are craving.
Yeah, but you do really, you really don't on camera.
I want you to swim, buddy. Swim.
Good one.
Fish is a fish. We're up at 5:45 or 5:30.
If I would have, if you would have listened to me, we wouldn't have made it.
Next stop, Vietnam. I woke up one morning and I laid in bed and I thought to myself, what is the most different thing I would never do in my life? That's the thing I'm going to do. And I thought about it and I thought Southeast Asia, Vietnam, I'm going to Hanoi. I'm going to go fishing in Vietnam. And that's what we're going to show you next.
Power is confidence. It breaks down barriers, plows through fields of uncertainty, travels 1,000,000 miles, then goes 1,000,000 more. When others waver, power pushes forward. On the high seas, ice roads, and deep underground, power takes performance standards and shatters them. It uses 100 years of formulating expertise to engineer the next generation of diesel engine oil chemistry. Introducing Isosin Advanced Technology, the power you need to go further.
Frontier Roast is a medium roast derived from 100% select-grade Colombian coffee, the essential brew of the backcountry. For the finest trout fishing in America, why not enjoy the finest coffee before you make the first cast? Get yours today at GaryLewisOutdoors.com.
Introducing Nosler's Whitetail Country Ammunition. Whether you're chasing that trophy buck, shooting management deer, or simply filling the freezer, you need ammunition you can rely on for a quick, clean kill every time. Loaded with the legendary solid base bullet and the high-performance straight wall bullet, Whitetail Country Ammunition sets a new standard in deer hunting with exceptional bullet penetration and expansion to kill deer quick.
Life is good, yeah. Life is good, yeah. Get in my dark
Across the square from the Catholic Church in Hanoi's Old Quarter, Marilee and I put our feet on a low wall, and the owner of the shop brought us egg coffees. We were early and the city woke around us. Children in uniforms, men in work clothes, women in business skirts, on scooters, on bicycles, moms and dads and toddlers, sometimes 4 in a family on one scooter. A grandmother sat on the corner near us and received respect from passers-by.
Hey, let's go fishing.
I kissed my wife goodbye and we worked our way out of the city in a Ford Focus. Kang was 34, Huang's cousin, owner of a fishing lake and tackle shop in a city of 8 million people. Kang at the wheel, my old friend Mike Tom in the passenger seat, Huang beside me and Tuan with the camera next to him. Big trucks, work vans, 3-wheeled cars, cattle and motorcycles with trailers shared the road. And always scooters to pass, a beep-beep of the horn, flick of the turn signal, and traffic flowed irrespective of lane markers and supposed direction of travel. Somehow there were no accidents. Two hours later, when we had pulled down a narrow lane and parked on a sandy spit, Kang began to assemble fishing rods. He said he lived free, liked to fish, drive nice cars, and share good food with friends. Two other anglers arrived at the same time, and it became apparent they were our fishing partners for the day. They had the latest gear, good inflatable boats, which are a rarity in Vietnam, and new spinning and casting rods with braided line. Mike and I strung our fly rods. We were fishing for snakeheads. Huang pointed at the narrow bay and said we would fish there and then get in the boats. I managed to catch a red-belly tilapia, and Mike snagged on an old rope. and then we loaded up in the boats.
Introducing Nosler's Whitetail Country ammunition. Whether you're chasing that trophy buck, shooting management deer, or simply filling the freezer, you need ammunition you can rely on for a quick, clean kill every time. Loaded with the legendary solid base bullet and the high-performance straight wall bullet, Whitetail Country ammunition sets a new standard in deer hunting with exceptional bullet penetration and expansion to kill deer quick.
Life is good, yeah. Life is good, yeah. Yeah, in my darkest times, you got me feeling like I've been walking on air. Left all my worries and cares. I've got no burdens around you.
Warren scope mounts didn't become the standard of the industry in an engineering lab, and we didn't become legendary by standing still. At Warren scope mounts, we put our gear to the test with top shooters and on the hunt year-round. We know long-range shooters and world-class hunters demand the best, and we build the best. Bases and rails, scope rings, MSR mounts, and magazine extensions. Ask for Warren scope mounts at your favorite gun stores or visit warrenscopemounts.com. Confidence in every shot.
Introducing Nosler's Whitetail Country ammunition. Whether you're chasing that trophy buck, shooting management deer, or simply filling the freezer, you need ammunition you can rely on for a quick, clean kill every time. Loaded with the legendary solid base bullet and the high-performance straight wall bullet, Whitetail Country ammunition sets a new standard in deer hunting with exceptional bullet penetration and expansion to kill deer quick.
Life is good, yeah. Life is good, yeah. Yeah, in my darkest times, you got me feeling like I've been walking on air. Left all my worries and cares. I've got no burdens around you.
Kang stayed behind to fish from shore, and I got on the raft with a 20-something fellow with a cowlick, a smartphone, and no English. Mike climbed in with a young guy with a good haircut and a spin rod. They never told us their names. It didn't matter. Kwong and Tuan followed in a third inflatable with Kwong, who had never operated a boat before, learning how to run the electric motor and how to row to keep up with our faster boats. It must have been in his blood because he made the little boat scoot. Snakeheads average 12 inches long and up to 12 pounds or whatever. They run the bottom like catfish and eat like snakes, anything they can trap in the shallows and bite with that snaky mouth, and people eat them. Although Kang said we were letting them go today if we caught any. In a little cove tucked against the shore, I saw a bunch of minnows splash, frantic tiny fish above the surface, which could mean only one thing. They had been ganged up on by snakeheads and driven inshore. We got close enough to cast, and I threw a frog pattern while Cowlick cast a plastic frog with a small spinner. He cast up onto the beach and dragged it into the water. A fish blew up on his bait, but the hook didn't stick. We prowled the shorelines and learned the ways of these shallow water predators that can do almost as good on land as they do in the muddy water. Sometimes the fish don't bite as fast as we want them to, and this was one of those days. Cowlick talked to Huang, who translated, "Slow down your retrieve, cast into the brush, cast onto the land." They knew we were trying, and fish blew up on our baits and we had a hard time hooking them, but Mike caught one and his guide hooted, and then the guys started talking among themselves. And then they asked, through the translator, if we had more time, could drive 100 kilometers from here and fish another lake where there were peacock bass. Much easier to catch. And we knew we had made friends. These guys were such good anglers. Put them in America on a bass lake and they could be tournament fishing the next day. They had the skills, they had the fishiness. Finally, I caught a snakehead, battling it out of the shallows to Cowlick's end of the boat. We lunched at a family campground on the edge of the Big Muddy. Noodles and beef and chicken, sprouts and lettuce and mint with fish sauce, a chicken head in the soup. Washed it down with Coca-Cola. We looked around at our new friends and promised to fish with them again and said they were welcome at our homes and we would take them trout fishing in America. Later in the afternoon, we drove back to Hanoi and got a chance to see Kang's tackle shop. And the lake he owns and operates is a fishing concession in the heart of the city. Think about it. You live in a city of 8 million people and you just want to go fishing. This is it. And once again, I looked around and here are my fellow fishermen. And they were catching fish. Kang's Lake grows big snakeheads right in the heart of Hanoi. And if you need to stock up on gear, Kang has you covered. Fishermen are the same around the world. And grandmothers are the same too, I guess. And we have something we can learn from each other, like how to make egg coffee. And they might learn a thing from us about driving, but I doubt it.